Ladies, gentlemen, the news that has just hit everybody, surprisingly, I gotta touch on it. Y'all saw the thumbnail. We about to see what's going on with Diddy, man. The trial is ended. And you know what? Before I even go much deeper, I did not want to get into something like this. This ain't something that I'm about. I don't talk about this amongst my friends, but with Diddy, I ain't gonna lie. Like the pause game at a different level. Everything is no Diddy this, no Diddy that. It's almost become comical where it's so much a part of um our culture and everyday speak right now that it's just too relevant for me to not at least kind of let y'all in on what the news is. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all see what I got up here. I just got a it's gonna be a short one this time. We got ABC reporting what's going on with the case. So let me go ahead and hop in.
On count one, the racketeering conspiracy charge, Sean Combs has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, perhaps the most complicated charge for the jury to understand. The count one had provided for a number of predicate acts, but the jury does not have to get into that because they have found Sean Combs not guilty of leading a criminal enterprise, not guilty of racketeering conspiracy. They will.
So I want to touch on that real quick. So sometimes these different the different terminology that's used. I didn't go to law school, so I've heard racketeering in the past. So I'm just going to go ahead and share that with y'all what that is. I did a Google search just to make sure I understood. So here it just shows. Let's see. Here we go. Racketeering uh, generally refers to the act of participating in an organized criminal enterprise. Sorry, in an organized criminal enterprise that engages in illegal activities for profit. It's often associated with organized crime groups and involves a pattern of criminal activity, typically spanning multiple acts and often impacting interstate commerce. So, this would be racketeering is something that usually they're talking about when they say, oh, it's a RICO, it's a RICO. So, it just says that, hey, you know what? You have organized and planned out with at least one other party. So now you're a group and you guys are planning to commit crimes across state lines that involve some form of trade of some types of goods or service that's illegal and has any level of impact the on the economies in which you guys are traveling to and from. That's it. So one of the big things that were part of their case were trying to prove that not only was Diddy a bad guy, but he was in fact guilty of racketeering, and he did that in the form of like sex trafficking. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop back into the video. I just wanted to be able to clear up what that charge actually meant.
Will now move to the other four counts, two of them on sex trafficking and on, and we have not guilty now on count two, which was sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura. Sean Combs has been found not guilty of sex trafficking when it comes to his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. There was a real debate that the jury heard over the course of the last 2 months about consent and coercion and the complications of deciding when an 11-year relationship between Combs and Cassie Ventura may have become a criminal one. And the jury decided it was not criminal sex trafficking when Sean Combs committed what his attorneys freely admitted was domestic abuse, as you saw in that video.
So just to kind of put my 2 cents in on that. So we saw like I want to say it was like 2 years back, something like that, where he had some video came out in the hotel, and we ain't gonna lie, it was clear as day. He got me. He was whooping on her, man. Not okay. Definitely guilty of that. But the issue here is that is not the reason why he was in court. He was in court for sex trafficking and racketeering, uh, and basically saying that he was a part of a RICO. So even though throughout the trial, I've seen a little bit of it here and there, they attacked his character. They mentioned all the things that were going on at these, what they call them, the freak offs or whatever, you know. So all of those things to be said, but within that group of people that were participating in that, well, there was all generally consent within that. And so, even though, yeah, it does slander his image, it makes him look like a bad guy, you know, like it's like, yeah, like it basically took his reputation through the mud. It's that portion of it by itself was not criminal. So, what they're saying is that, yeah, it doesn't look like this was a criminal activity. It was just basically of bad taste. So anyway, let's go ahead and go into more of the video.
He has been found not guilty now on racketeering conspiracy, not guilty on sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura. He has been found guilty on count 3, transportation for the transportation for the purposes of prostitution. He has also been found guilty on count 5, transportation for the purposes of prostitution. These charges carry a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison, so we do have a split verdict. Sean Combs has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, not guilty of sex trafficking Cassandra Ventura, but he has been found guilty on 2 counts of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. And we're waiting for one more count, the sex trafficking of Jane. And just now the jury has decided that Sean Combs is not guilty of sex trafficking his former girlfriend who testified under the pseudonym Jane. So the jury has now believed that the relationships that Sean Combs had with his former girlfriends, Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the pseudonym Jane, were not criminal, did not involve sex trafficking. All Sean Combs has been convicted of here is transportation for the purposes of prostitution. And Kira, those did seem to be the most evident crimes that Sean Combs committed. We heard testimony from the male escorts. The jury heard about the cash that they were paid, and as prosecutors told them, they were not in those hotel rooms for scintillating conversation. Sean Combs guilty of transportation for the purposes of prostitution, not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, not guilty of sex trafficking.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Free my dog Diddy, man. I know. I'm gonna hear it. If this gets out, I'm gonna hear it, man. But hey, free my dog Diddy, man. Like, to just thinking about going to jail. You know how many people be getting flued out for how long? Man, you might as well wipe away the whole industry. All these Instagram chicks that, hey, let me go ahead and yeah, I got that ticket, baby girl. Just come on, I got that ticket. Yeah, come on now. Yeah, you want to go shopping? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let me get you some. Let me get you a bag. Let me get you some shoes. Yeah. But by the way, before you leave, go ahead and leave that kitty cat in the room over there. This has been going on for a long time. So the fact that in his situation it was, yeah, I got a girl, but you know what? I mean, I wouldn't do it, but hey, I'm gonna go ahead and fly out a few pieces for you and let y'all do your thing. I'm gonna watch in the corner if that's what you into, I mean, flued out is flued out. Flued out is flued out. That's all I'm saying. So the way it's looking, man, I know they said punishable for up to 10 years, but being the type of public figure that he is, all these people were consenting. Nobody felt like they were wronged in the act of what was happening in that, we'll call it a social environment, that adult social environment. I don't know if he gonna do any time. He already been pretty much away for a year. They might just say it might just be time served, man. I don't know, man. But part of me want him to get off, man. So I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why. Part of me wants him to get off because there are countless times that a man was accused of doing something that he wasn't guilty of, and he has to do the time for it just because he doesn't have the resources to defend him like somebody like a Diddy did. So now, is Diddy a good guy? No, I don't think so. Is Diddy a freak? Diddy's something else, man. Let's just say that. Diddy's something else. A freak is man, that's what you say you are when you meet that young tenderoni and y'all don't went on a date or two and you think you might have that opportunity to go on and get it in, man. And you might tell her, okay, girl, I don't know if you can handle me, girl. I'm a freak. I'm a freak. Yeah. And you think you about to, you letting her know you trying to set a standard. Hey, whatever you want to do is fine with me. Diddy is something else. Like that's something we all think we might be some freaks, but hey, your mama a freak. respectfully, respectfully. But Diddy is I don't know. He's Homeo Savage Erectus. I don't know. He's something else. Different level. He on something else. But at the same time, I don't think it makes him a criminal. So free Diddy. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. Crazy take. I thought he was definitely gonna for sure be under the jail by the end of this year, but it looks like my dog might be out here. Take that, take that, take that. Well, no Diddy. I'm out, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.